The second PNF stretching exercise is going to be for the horizontal shoulder adductors. We're going to have the bands in the same position. What we want to do is roughly in line either with the nipple line or the clavicle, somewhere in that range. For this one right over here, we have a couple of options with the hand position. We could either go ahead and hold it in the hands as though we're doing a pec fly, or we could anchor the bands around the elbows. For myself, I like to anchor them around the elbows. That way I can isolate the horizontal shoulder adductors and not get the elbow flexors involved. So for myself, I'm going to be placing it around the crook of the elbow. And then once I have that, I'm going to bring the arms out to 90 degrees. And then from here, once I'm at 90 degrees of coronal abduction, so away from the midline, I'm going to walk forward. Again, we want to make this a little bit active. We don't want to just make this a passive stretch. So we are actively squeezing those shoulder blades together and opening up the chest. And then we're going to do a pec fly. So we're going to inhale, contract. For 6 seconds, we're going to do a pec fly. After 6 seconds, we are then going to exhale and relax. And sink deeper into the stretch. We're going to hold it here for a total of 10 seconds. And then once 10 seconds has passed, we are once again going to go ahead and we are going to do another fly. So inhale, contract, squeeze those arms toward the midline. And then once we have done the contraction, we're going to exhale. And we are going to go and retract the scapula. And we're going to go into horizontal abduction by bringing those arms away from the midline. We want to make this active. It's not just a passive stretch. We actively want to engage the muscles as well. One final pass. We're going to inhale, contract. Do a pec fly. And then once we have contracted, after 6 seconds, we're going to exhale and sink into it. So go into lateral shoulder rotation, horizontal shoulder abduction, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And on this final pass, we are going to hold it for a total of 20 seconds. That way we can solidify the space that we just created and avoid a rebound. And once 20 seconds has passed, we can go ahead and we can come out of the stretch. That was the PNF stretching exercise for the horizontal shoulder adductors. Horizontal shoulder adductors, primarily that's going to be the sternal attachment of the pectoralis major, the anterior deltoid, and the coracobrachialis. Some other notes with regard to this exercise is when the arms are at 90 degrees of coronal abduction, the main emphasis for the stretch is going to be on those intermediate horizontally oriented fibers of the sternal attachment of the pectoralis major. Then, with regard to the next PNF stretching exercise, the third PNF stretching exercise is going to be for the shoulder flexors. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.